Hello, my name is Haley. I am a junior majoring in environmental studies in Rubenstein. I also have a minor in Chinese and geography. So I'm originally from the States, but I grew up kind of in a few different places, and I spent a long time in Beijing, China. So I consider that to be kind of my home. Growing up in a big city, nature was never something that was really accessible to me. So part of the reason why I chose UVM was not only for the environmental program, but also to be able to get outside, not only for fun, but also throughout my classes. And that's an experience that has lived up to and completely surpassed my expectation. Just the ability to be outside every week. My first and second semester at UVM was something that I really appreciate, and also really got me accustomed to Vermont and also what I was studying, and knowing that this was exactly what I wanted to study. Outside of the classroom, I'm involved in a few different things. So one of the things I'm involved in is I'm a member of the Rubenstein Stewards. So what we do is we offer support to undergraduates through resume and cover letter and internship help, kind of serving as a liaison between Anna Smilesbecker, who is the career and internship coordinator, and then the students. Something else that we do is we host community building events, and we also just try to foster community between students, faculty, staff in the Rubenstein School. Another thing that I really enjoyed doing was being a teaching assistant for an introductory environmental studies course. So I had about 10 students, and aside from being in a lecture hall Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we would have a weekly lab section. So this would kind of create a smaller environment between your large lecture and just getting to know other students and being introduced to the field. This is also the same for the NR1 core curriculum course. And that position as a teaching assistant has led me to an internship that I'm in now, which is I'm interning for someone who's running for state senate within Chittenden County, so that's the county that Burlington is in. And basically, she was a guest lecturer in one of the environmental studies classes as I was a teaching assistant, and I really liked what she was saying and reached out to her, and now I am interning for her. So that's been another experience that I've really enjoyed. I understand that this is a little bit different because obviously hearing from someone online doesn't really supplement going to the school and having a feel for it, but I really hope that you all enjoy this virtual admitted students day and take UVM into consideration. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Greg McHale. I am a senior here at the Rubenstein School of Environment and Natural Resources. I am majoring in environmental sciences with minors in forestry and geospatial technologies. Right now, I'm currently in the Intervale, which is a large forest and farm complex along the shores of the Winooski River here in Burlington, Vermont. And it's overseen by a nonprofit called the Intervale Center, whose mission is basically to promote healthy landscapes and sustainable farming around Vermont, but also globally. And it's also the site of one of the more enriching Rubenstein experiences that I've been able to have. 2 summers ago, I worked for the Intervale Center, documenting invasive species in this floodplain that I'm currently standing in, and creating basically a map that informs management of this floodplain and this forest for years to come. So it's a really enriching experience. I was also able to get real, on-the-ground, real-world experience that has been very valuable for me, finding jobs down the line, and especially when I'm searching for jobs now as a senior. And I was able to get this internship through something called the Rubenstein Perennial Internship Program, which is basically a set of internships that are only open to Rubenstein students. However, you have to be a sophomore or a junior to be able to get those. So apologies to all you incoming freshmen. Nonetheless, if you would still like to get involved, there are plenty of volunteer and work opportunities for freshmen coming in. For example, you could volunteer at the Intervale Center. I'm probably going to put a website down here and figure out the text. It's intervalecenter.org. When you get here, there are plenty of people who would love the help. And if you wanted to contribute to, a more sustainable food system or, better land management practices, this is the place for you. It's also just a beautiful place to be. Maybe not the most beautiful when it's super muddy and brown like this, but definitely in the spring and summer, it's certainly a place to check out when you come here to Burlington. So that's all I have to say. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy at home during these stressful times. And yeah, I wish you all the best.
Hi everyone, my name is Liz Mackin and I'm a third year student at the University of Vermont. I'm environmental studies and a political science major, and I've had a lot of really amazing experiences through my involvement with the Rubenstein School. Last summer, I was able to intern with the Intervale Center, which is a food hub located in Burlington, Vermont. And I interned with their Fair Share program, which is a CSA of produce that is gleaned or rescued from farms where it otherwise would have just gone to waste in the fields. And the Intervale is able to coordinate a group of volunteers to go and save that produce. And they organize it and they distribute it to low-income families throughout the greater Burlington area. And that was a really impactful experience looking at food systems and food waste and gleaning and how to make our food systems more accessible and more sustainable. I also last semester had the opportunity to work on a pretty significant research project looking at the Moral Land Grant Act and how that impacted displacement of Indigenous groups out in the Midwest. And I think the most amazing experience I've been able to have through the Rubenstein School is spending a semester abroad in Costa Rica through the Rubenstein Semester Abroad program. And as part of that program, we lived on the Osa Peninsula, which is a pretty rural, undeveloped region of Costa Rica. There are 23 of us, along with 2 TAs and a professor. And we took classes in tropical ecology and sustainable development and rural livelihoods and globalization, all of these really cool, interesting subjects with really hands-on opportunities. As part of that program, I was able to conduct a butterfly inventory on the Osa Peninsula and identify over 50 species of butterfly in one of the most biodiverse regions of the world. I was also able to participate in a service project working with a local sustainable development organization in collecting data to provide for food producers and to the local biological reserve station to help them better figure out how to source their food from local farmers and local producers in this region. And it was an absolutely incredible experience. I had so much fun. I learned so much, and I definitely really grew both personally and academically and professionally. If anyone has any questions about the Rubenstein School or any of these experiences, you can feel free to reach out to me at any point. But yeah, this is an amazing place to be, and I'm so, so grateful to have had the opportunities that I've had. Thank you.